Hello, my name is Jaden Martinez, and today I'll be presenting my nutrition research project entitled WIC and the Importance of Combating Food Insecurity. I chose this topic because we briefly went over WIC and food insecurity in our chapters and lectures, but I wanted to go more in depth and truly research the impact of these topics. My research questions for this project are: what is the Special Supplemental Nutrition Program for Women, Infants, and Children, also known as WIC? And also, how does WIC address food insecurity and impact the overall health of its participants? First, what is WIC? WIC is a federal assistance program that helps keep families healthy by providing food assistance, nutritional education, breastfeeding consultation, and other health-related services to low-income families. WIC has been around since 1975 and started in one state and quickly expanded to all 50. WIC is targeted to children under the age of 5, people who are pregnant, and other eligible caregivers, such as grandparents and other official caregivers. Every federal assistance program works differently, so it's important to know WIC's specifics. The main aspect of WIC is that participants receive monthly benefits to purchase certain foods via electronic benefit transfer card. In Colorado, it's called eWIC. Then you can use your eWIC card to purchase the food available and listed by the WIC shopping lists. In the picture on the right is the official WIC food list for Colorado. It specifically lists the amounts, brands, and types of foods you can buy with WIC. Food like bread, milk, fruits, and vegetables. Even baby food and infant formula is included in the list. Participants can also use the WIC Shopper app to help manage their balance, purchase food, and have easy access to the food list. The pink and blue icon on the right is what the WIC Shopper app looks like. And the picture to the right of the WIC Shopper app is the homepage for the WIC Shopper app, which provides several links to help you while you're shopping. One of the reasons WIC exists is to address nationwide food insecurity. Food insecurity is an economic and social condition in which households are unable to purchase and acquire foods to meet the nutritional needs of its members. Food insecurity is a major problem in the U.S. as over 47 million people face some form of food insecurity and hunger in 2023. This can be seen as having no access to quality and affordable nutritious food, and can result in anxiety and stress about feeding oneself and their children. As we see on the map on the left, the prevalence of food insecurity in the United States can be seen in all 50 states. Colorado experiences food insecurity below the national average, but there is still work to be done. The graph on the right shows how the prevalence of food insecurity has changed over time. Rates dipped towards 2021, but in 2023, these rates have reversed and are quickly increasing into the present day. This slide focuses on the populations covered by WIC. As we see on the left, food insecure households are about 13.5% of all households in the U.S. However, this number jumps to 17.9% when you look at the percentage of food insecure households that include children, meaning there are a greater percentage of households with children that face food insecurity than households without children that face food insecurity. This results in over 13.8 million kids living in food insecure households, or 1 in 6 children living in food insecure households. These past two slides represent the immense need for programs like WIC. WIC by the numbers. So who is eligible for WIC? WIC eligibility varies by every state, but overall WIC is available to pregnant women, children under 5, babies, moms breastfeeding a baby under 1 year old, new moms pregnant in the past 6 months, undocumented people, and people living in the U.S. states, territories, and other tribal nations. WIC serves over 6.2 million people across the U.S. and over 102,000 people in Colorado alone. The chart on the right shows the age distribution of WIC participants in Colorado, with a large portion of participants being infants or those under the age of 12 months, and then a large portion of participants being mothers, parents, and caregivers in the 20 to 29 age division. WIC serves a diverse community as a large portion of Colorado WIC participants identify as Hispanic or Latino. So how does WIC affect health? As you can see here, WIC has many health benefits, with short-term and lifelong positive health outcomes for mothers, parents, infants, and children. Some of the most important health outcomes from WIC are that WIC participants see a reduction in premature births, a reduction in fetal and infant mortality, lower risk for sudden infant death syndrome, or SIDS. Some positive health effects reach beyond childhood, as WIC participants have shown to be at lower risk for adult-onset obesity, as well as a decreased risk for breast and other dangerous cancers. WIC really has some incredible health benefits for kids, their parents, and their caregivers. So feel free to pause and read them all because it really is amazing and enlightening to see all the positive health effects of WIC participation. Like all public health programs, WIC faces challenges and important insufficiencies. One of the biggest problems is that WIC is an underutilized program, meaning those that are eligible for WIC often do not apply, and even those with WIC don't use the full benefits offered to them. Nationally, only about 50% of those eligible are enrolled in WIC. This is due to many structural and cultural barriers. Structural barriers can be that the health delivery system fails people. People are unable to enroll if there are no WIC clinics near them, are unable to travel to their nearest WIC clinic, or can't take off work to attend appointments. Other barriers could be that stores near WIC participants don't offer nutritious foods or don't offer WIC-approved foods. Cultural barriers include things like language barriers. There may not be Spanish speakers or Arabic speakers or any other non-English language speakers at someone's nearest WIC clinic. Application forms may also not be in someone's native language. Culturally, there is also a negative stigma in the United States against the utilization of social programs like WIC and SNAP, where people feel embarrassed or shameful when using a program like these. The map on the left shows the eligibility coverage rates for WIC across the country. Places like Vermont and Puerto Rico have relatively high coverage rates, while states like New Mexico and Louisiana have relatively low eligibility coverage rates. It is important for public health officials to determine why WIC eligibility varies so much across the country. Some common WIC misconceptions and myths are that WIC only offers limited food options, WIC only helps with food costs, and then WIC only supports babies. I thought it'd be fun to look at a few TikToks that address these myths.
We're WIC counselors. Of course we're going to show you how to use your WIC card.
We're WIC counselors. Of course we're going to talk to you about the WIC app.
We're WIC counselors. Of course we're going to give you healthy recipes for your WIC food.
We're WIC counselors. Of course we're going to remind you to set your benefits. We're WIC counselors. Of course we're going to give you free diapers.
We are WIC counselors. Of course, we're going to invite you to our breastfeeding support groups.
We're WIC counselors. Of course we'll talk to you about introducing your baby to baby foods.
We're your WIC counselors. Of course we're going to talk to you about your baby's milestones.
We're WIC counselors. Of course we're going to give you family resources.
We're WIC counselors. Of course we're going to tell you about farmers market.
Come with me to use my WIC card at 32 weeks pregnant. WIC. Go ahead. Okay guys, these are all my WIC groceries, except for Target. Okay guys, I got cakes and cereal. Cakes with honey and bananas, bomb. I got pineapple juice and apple juice, yum. I obviously got avena, duh. Gallon of water. I got bananas, strawberries, apples, bell peppers, peanut butter, yum, I love peanut butter, lettuce, and I got cauliflower, broccoli, and carrots. A lot of, what are they called? What are these called? Kiwis. I got a lot of kiwis, mangoes, blueberries, cucumbers.
So as we could see, WIC offers a ton of different food options, a vast array of healthcare services, and provides support for pregnant people as well as their kids. My personal bias on this issue is mainly influenced by the fact that I'm a public health student that cares and believes in government assistance programs. I believe programs like WIC should be expanded and cover more people, cover more foods, and be available to families regardless of their socioeconomic status. This can be seen as incongruent with other ideologies and other economic policies in the US. Research-wise, I only focused on WIC and didn't fully explore its relation with other social assistance programs, like SNAP and Medicaid, which can help broaden the scope of my research, public health policies, and the impact of these social assistance programs. Also, my first language is English, and my primary cultural background is here in the US, so I don't fully understand the true cultural nature of WIC and how WIC can fully impact every cultural background in the United States. So what's next for WIC? Currently, WIC is fully funded through 2026 and will cover those who are currently enrolled in the program. However, anxieties from the recent government shutdown and previous proposed budget cuts to WIC have created a lot of fear and confusion for current and future WIC participants. The 2025 government shutdown truly exposed how precarious the funding is for our federal social programs and also how important and impactful these programs are to millions of Americans across the country. WIC participation is increasing every year as food insecurity rates rise, echoing the importance of WIC and other assistance programs and the need for their expansion in the near future. In conclusion, food insecurity is a continuous public health problem that must be addressed in order to eliminate negative health outcomes for all Americans. The Special Supplemental Nutrition Program for Women, Infants, and Children is just one public health program that can reduce food insecurity and improve nutritional and overall health outcomes for its participants. Public health officials, government and non-government organizations, and families across the country must advocate for further WIC program expansion to improve participant utilization, increase WIC program benefits, and end food insecurity. These are the references I cited for the information included in this presentation. And here's my brochure, which I linked to in the discussion board post. It is a fact sheet that is two-sided, with the left picture being the front page and the right picture being the back. It provides basic info about WIC, what it is, how it works, and I also included QR codes to the Colorado WIC websites and the Colorado online WIC application process. So please feel free to check out all the resources listed on this brochure. And thank y'all for listening to my presentation, and I hope you all have a great day.